Now, you, James, I like you. I consider you a friend.
Did you even bother to shake it before walking away from the toilet? You didn't, did you? Figures.
But the thing is, you need to come out and say that you fucked up. Now, it's not, an embarrassment to say you fucked up. I've come out and said I fucked up a few times.
You yourself sure have an extensive history of stepping up to the plate. Don't you, HappyCabbie?
You've sat there and just put up a wall to say, I refuse to change my statement, even though I know better.
Which explains why I have an entire playlist of videos to where I admit that I am wrong. Video after video after video of where I admit that I'm wrong, because I never,
right.
I never
do that. Is Israel in Asia or not?
Of course it's not in Asia.
Thanks. We're done.
Your audacity never ceases to amaze me. You have no right to lecture anyone when you cannot even own up to your own petty blunders. After the last couple of videos I had posted, I initially decided that those 2 videos were enough. I finally decided that I should touch base on this shady character once again. I am going to present a series of incidents. For example, during the month of May 2012, he outright deceived his audience, saying he managed to gain an astronomical 35 pounds in 1 week, and then attempted to demonize his critics by insinuating they were responsible. And as I clearly demonstrated in an earlier video, that such a rapid weight gain was very infeasible, even for a glutton such as himself. And after I confronted this directly in his comments, he almost immediately responded back and did so in a not-so-happy way, and even went so far as to censor me by deleting my comments, and blocked me on every single one of his YouTube accounts. I want you all to hold that thought for a moment, as I will elaborate on this at a later point in this video. Now let's turn our focus onto another incident, where HappyCabbie's honesty once again comes into question. On a few occasions both on Twitter and on YouTube, HappyCabbie has mentioned that he has a brother, and has said that he and his brother haven't spoken in many years. The latest mentioning of this brother that I know of so far was in a video that he posted back in April 2012, and in the description of the video, HappyCabbie said that he had not spoken to his brother in around 9 years. So according to this statement, that would be around the year 2003. Now with that being said, I just want to say that I have watched many videos from HappyCabbie, and this simply did not sound right at all. So I did a little bit of digging around, and sure enough my suspicions were confirmed. I managed to find an old tweet that he had posted in the year 2009. HappyCabbie said that he had communicated with his brother for the first time in 6 years. Oh, and it gets better, ladies and gentlemen. About 1 year after the posting of this Twitter message, HappyCabbie even posted a video of himself visiting San Jose, California, and once again mentioned his brother, and even said his brother came and met him in person.
Uploading this, my brother contacted my brother. Those of you may remember, my brother contacted me after all these years, and he lives in California, so I said, okay, drive down, come see me. And he did. I actually recorded it. It was like 30 minutes we spent together. I'm not going to post it. It's a little bit too personal. On one hand, I was like, okay, well maybe I could just edit about the really personal stuff. But then,
So you know, I really do try very hard to give people the benefit of the doubt. I really do. And to be optimistic as one could possibly get. I thought to myself, maybe, just maybe, HappyCabbie actually has 2 siblings. And he was simply referring to a second brother in his video. If he had responded back to me respectfully, and clarified this by saying he had 2 brothers, then I would not have pursued this any further. After confronting him about this over on his blog TV show, instead of trying to honestly clarify these discrepancies, he chose to go another route.
There's at least 3 documented. Dude, what the fuck is your goddamn point, Warren? In fact, what do you care about my brother? Hadn't talked to him in 10 fucking years. He discovers me on YouTube when he messages me. A year later, we fucking meet. What's the big deal? What do you mean, lie and exaggerate? You don't know fucking shit about my brother.
Indeed, HappyCabbie. You are 100% correct. I do not know hardly shit about your brother. What little I do know about your brother are based upon previous statements you have made about him. Statements that simply do not add up. Such as you saying you have not spoken to your brother in 9 years. Yet during the past 3 years alone, there are at least 3 documented instances, all of which posted by yourself, where you have had recent communication with him. And as I was about to post my evidence in his blog TV chat room, he then proceeded to do this.
Shit. Fucking done with this.
Don't quit, man, on YouTube.
There we go.
He turned off the chat before I could post my evidence. Evidence that would have backed up my claims entirely. Yet another similar reaction. Back to when I confronted him about his fictitious weight gain. On both occasions, he responded with extreme hostility, then proceeded to block me and prevent me from speaking up. He has outright censored me on at least 3 occasions. I find this type of behavior to be rather unusual, especially coming from someone who brands themselves as crusader for truth and spreading goodwill, and someone who won't hesitate to brag whenever certain facts that show him in a positive light. However, when certain facts come up, things that show him in a negative light, he does anything but brag or get cocky. Instead, he pulls a tactic straight out of Brett Keene's playbook. So I now find myself beginning to question everything he has ever done or said, wondering if there is any other major deceptions that the community might have overlooked. So I began looking through older videos. For example, in January of 2011, HappyCabbie made a big announcement, stating that he was re-enrolling himself back into school. However though, about several weeks later, he posted a follow-up video with some, well, supposedly devastating news.
Hey everybody, I'm the HappyCabbie. For those of you that want to know the update on school, I dropped this bomb last week where the school is pretty much telling me they want to get insurance. This here's a little packet they pass out to you. And of course, without purchasing this insurance, I'm not going to be able to complete the program. Why, for the love of sweet feathery Jesus, did they not tell me about this problem, you know, way in advance? You know, I mean, sometimes I'll post a video that is like the videos that I did over the past 2 days. That stuff had to be said, even though people are going to get upset at me, people are going to unsubscribe and stuff like that. Sometimes it just has to be said.
After seeing this video, I immediately visited the school's website and managed to download myself a copy of the student handbook. Nowhere in the student handbook does it say that students are required to have medical insurance, unless you are what is called an F1 student. This means if you are from a foreign nation, who is attending an American school, and on a student visa. Since HappyCabbie is an American citizen, this policy most certainly does not apply to him. I will post a copy of the student handbook in the video description for anyone who wants to look it over. I then decided to dig a little deeper and spend some time searching throughout the college's website, seeing if I could find any web pages at all stating that students are required to have health insurance. After about 30 minutes of searching, I only managed to find this web page. As you can see, it shows two different health insurance plans, one of which is totally free, and it is something everyone receives for simply enrolling as a student. The other insurance plan, though, is, get this, optional. You heard me correctly, ladies and gentlemen. This school offers two healthcare plans, and neither of which require that the student purchase. One is completely free, while the other costs money, but is completely optional. After arming myself with this information, I decided to send an email to the school faculty. But do not get me wrong, I never said a word about HappyCabbie's video. I just pretended that I was planning on enrolling as a student for next semester, and I proceeded to ask the question whether or not students who are enrolled in health courses, are they required to be medically insured? The school answered my email almost immediately and said no, you are not required, and then proceeded to email me the exact same URLs that I already found on their website. So one of two things is going on. Either the school staff was lying to me in private email, and not only that, but they are also lying to everyone else who reads the information that has been published on their website. Or simply put, HappyCabbie lied to his subscribers. But you may ask yourself, to what end? Why would he make up a story about needing health insurance? I am just speculating at this point, but I would bet my entire life savings that he simply dropped out of all his courses due to falling behind on his studies. And how did he fall behind? Because HappyCabbie chose to dedicate a lot of time and energy engaging in petty internet drama, such as with this individual, his former roommate Spike Bravo. In fact, he has dedicated an entire playlist that has a total of 32 videos, and at least several of which were made during the first few weeks of him being enrolled in school. And in the midst of all this, he soon afterwards posted the video saying he had to drop out due to lack of insurance. It is one thing to lie about the estrangement between yourself and your brother in order to garner unwarranted sympathy from your subscribers, but to lie and outright slander your own school and to blame them for your own fuck-ups in order to save face and conceal your own negligence, a move that I would expect a sleazy used car salesman would pull. This just reveals what kind of untrustworthy person HappyCabbie really is. There is a lot more I could also cover, but I'll just conclude this video with something for you to remember me by. HappyCabbie, if you are watching this video, I want you to know one thing.
Sir, we got a bogey with a very large radar signature closing in on our position.
Pasenko.
Your status as a quote-unquote good guy is officially terminated.